Today is November 9th, 2023. I'm at Torrey Pines Glider Port. Where's the flip around thing? Let's see in the flip around thing. Oh, there it is. Cool. This is where I learned how to fly over the past 4 years since the first cancer go round. Learning to fly was my first recovery strategy from the first cancer. You're cancer free statement. So for 6 months I thought I was, and then it came back, and now then so you went through that whole thing and got another "you're cancer free" designation. But apparently not, because here we are again with I'm cancer free of that last cancer. And the tumor board met yesterday, the roundtable of doctors having a Zoom meeting while I was flying here at the glider port on purpose. The ironing, oh, the ironing, oh, the ironing. So I was here. They posted their notes of the meeting last night, and I reviewed those. And I can confirm that everything I've been saying up till now about it's a adenocarcinoma of the rectum. If you're just catching up, there's a 4 centimeter lesion in the wall of the colon and a 1.3 centimeter mass in adjacent lymph node. And from that report I saw yesterday, there's a couple of other lymph nodes that are now showing like they want to join the party. So for those that know how they designate these things, it's a T4. It's staged at probably stage 2 to 3, which means it's locally spreading, but it's not spreading to any other parts of my body. And that was confirmed by the MRI I did on the day before yesterday. So the final pathology report came through, was posted last night, and but unfortunately, in all the doctor speak and doctor jargon, there was no designation that I was waiting to hear if it was what's called DMMR or PMMR. The significance of that designation would determine what the treatment options are, either chemo, beginning with chemo and radiation followed by surgery, or immunotherapy, which is what I'm hoping it is. So as a standalone treatment. So that's my preferred thing. Either way, I'm scheduled to start 18 weeks of infusions on December 5th. And that means getting a place for at least those 3 months. If it's the chemo, radiation, possible surgery option, then that could be 6 to 9 months. Given so it goes chemo, the whole 3 months of chemo, then a period that hasn't been defined yet for me of radiation, and then reassessment to see if surgery is required. The recovery time for surgery would be 2 to 3 months all by itself. So that's why I'm saying it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be 9 months. We'll see. Either way, I need to know as soon as possible, and I've queried several of my doctor friends, see if they can parse from the report that was posted what that designation is. I put out a message to the oncology department if they can tell me which it's going to be as soon as possible, because it takes them it can take them 3 days to get back to me. And so I'm trusting that it's trusting in the unfolding and that everything is unfolding as it should. That said, I need to know as soon as possible so I can know whether or not to bulk up, start putting on weight or not. Um, if it's chemo, I definitely have to start bulking up because I will, from the past experience with this specific chemo they're talking about, I think is a cousin of the one that I had the first go round. And from diagnosis to the last infusion, I lost 50 pounds. So I was down below 150 pounds. And right now I weigh 180. I'm at my college playing weight. So if I don't need to put on any weight, I'll just keep going like I'm going. But if I do, you know, time is essential. The next 3 weeks of eating pasta and, carbohydrates and all that kind of stuff to just bulk up would be essential for my survival rate, because down the other side of this, people die from cancer treatments because they don't have enough weight. And I know of a brother, Rainbow Brother, that got started treatment the same time I did, and he didn't make it, you know, because he was too slight going in. So I have a friend, actually, Cheyenne, who was one of my fellow student pilots that I trained with, who ended up marrying Max, my primary instructor. She she's fond of saying that she got through. We had the same chemo, uh, and her oncologist is fond of saying that she got through it on on pizza and weed because she's really slight. I mean, but pizzas, it's all those carbs and fat from the cheese, and the weed to counteract the effects of the drug. So yeah, let me dial it back. So I want to say thank you to everyone that has donated so far to David's Wonderfund, which is the collection of not only the GoFundMe by the same name, but David's Wonderfund. If you search for it or even Google it, David's Wonderfund, it'll take you there. And also, Venmo, uh, CashApp, PayPal, and Zelle. Um, so all of that is posted all over my social media profile on Instagram, and I think it's on here as well. And I will post it on here in the comments after. So I want to thank everybody for that's donated thus far. Today, I one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos is both as my own record on the day to day of what this is, what this journey is about, but also to kind of give people an idea of what the day to day is. It's kind of a full-time job staying alive with these kinds of diagnoses, nipping at your heels. So I spent all morning um, in communication with uh, medical professionals and rental places and whatnot. And I have good news. I'm in communication with the folks that are now running my old building on Venice Boardwalk, 1305. They're calling it Venice Boardwalk Flats now. It used to be the Venice Beach Hotel I lived at over 20 years or so. But they'll have some rooms opening up beginning of at the end of this month, beginning of next month, and they're going to be $2,500 a month, um, uh, and security, and 3, 6, or 9 month lease. So definitely have to do. at least a 3-month lease because that's the length of the infusions, and then I'm unclear yet as to whether or not radiation is even called for, or if I would even do the radiation in LA, because there's actually a better place here in San Diego that does proton therapy, which is a more targeted radiation, and if that's even necessary. I've responded really, really well to the sister chemo that's being suggested the first time. It's a platinum based. Uh, I don't remember what the name of it is. Oxy something or other. Oxyplatin, but I think there's some other words and letters in there. But anyway, it's this. It's a platinum based chemo, and I responded really, really well the last time. So um, if it's anything like this new chemo, then I can expect some pretty drastic side effects. Um, Certainly the weight loss, as well as a whole lot of stuff you don't really want to find out about right now. Tell you the truth, I don't want to ruin your day. But um, the good thing is you can come out the other side and undo most of what happens to you. So, which is what we're aiming for here, I guess, if not better, right? Um, so. One of the reasons why I'm sitting here today is because I learned how to fly here, and it was I was felt so blessed yesterday to be able to fly here for the first time in 6 months. My 203rd flight, probably like I think my 198th solo flight, and so I actually have to get a new flight log because I filled the other one, and that was wonderful. And as I said, it was kind of by design that I would be doing that. I'd be in my happy place while these circle of doctors were deciding on my case. And so last night I went through the the report they posted, and afterwards I was kind of wigged out for a bit, and then I kind of had a moment of clarity, and I came back around to the whole what's been my guiding light through this whole thing, that all of this is part of my shamanic journey. I recognize that everybody else has their own shamanic journey, but this is mine, and this is what I'm responsible for authoring. And as the author, I can change it any way I want at any time I want. And so at that point, I realized that this, no matter what anybody else has to say about this, um, this is this is really, when it comes down to it, it really is just a pain in the ass. And bluntly put, um, and that's how I have to look at it. I've got a pain in the ass, and I've got to figure out how to heal that sumbitch. And what comes to me when I say that is that I know that I have it within me to bring my higher self to earth and to connect with the source of all that is, and make some magic happen. So um, that's another reason why I'm making this chronicle. And I have to say, just before what I call the Dr. Palooza series of doctor appointments that started with the pair of colonoscopies in October, I happened to watch just the first beginnings of one of the videos I shot back in 2019 before I'd started treatment for that cancer. And I honest to goodness, had never seen or recognized just how fucked up I was, physically, medically, you know, um, until it's like I guess I couldn't see that until I wasn't that again, you know? I know that it really feels like my voice has dropped some, it's gotten deeper. And to me, the way I to contextualize the whole thing is AirPods. The way I contextualize this whole thing is that um, as a shamanic journey, um, viewing it from that perspective, that the first cancer was throat chakra, and this cancer is the root chakra. The first cancer was all about my voice and everything, and the culmination. I feel like I passed that my final um, last week when I having to fire the oncologist. Having to look that man in the eye and tell him why he was off the job, and um, but now we're in the root chakra, because the throat chakra is all about your voice, and you're trusting in the truth of your relationship with the source of the one. It's all about manifesting and all that kind of stuff. The root chakra is about belonging, right? And here I am. If you can see, I'm sitting on the ground. My anus is right on the ground. I'm earthing, right? My experience at Burning Man this summer was earthing. Walking barefoot around the whole place, and then it rained, and then everybody else was earthing. The whole friggin' community. So they all joined me in my walking around Burning Man for the duration. Um, so the lessons of belonging, and and belonging isn't just like who you belong with. It's about your place, realizing your place in the creation and beyond. And when I say realize, it's not just a passive like, oh yeah, that's what it means. No, it means to realize, to become real, to actuate it. So um, that's what's my focus on this. That's where I'm coming from and going to and so forth. Okay. So particulars. The place in Venice Beach is $2,500 a month. We've collected just over $5,000 since I reactivated it. So that's just enough to get into the place, but it's not enough to continue to pay my bills and so forth. And so I would like ideally to have at least double that before I, transact with these folks up in Venice that are running that place now. And 208 is available apparently. I love the 208 room in that. Oh, the '08 rooms. I prefer 408 because it's got a bathtub, but I'd rather be in Venice on the boardwalk because I found last time being able to run out to the water every day and put my feet in was the run itself, and then walking in the water was really helpful in absorbing the chemo, excuse me, the immunotherapy drug. So yeah, that kind of earthing. Um, And if I have a port, which one of the main reasons for doing this is to be able to keep myself in a super hygienic environment relative to the van, I might actually be able to continue doing my daily swims, dunks, cold plunge thing, which would be great. It's probably not recommended and frowned upon by doctors, but you know, I'm in charge, and I'll do it as long as I can do it because it really is. It feels wonderful. Feels really good. Um, and that little shock to the system can make all the difference on the daily. So I want to help continue doing that. So it's going to take first and security to get in, then, $2,500 a month. Um, Looking at a 3, 6, or 9 month. Definitely got to do the 3 because that's the duration of the infusions. We'll see after that if I continue. Um, and of course, if it's a surgery is called for, which is like my way down there on the list of plan D, F, whatever, it would be, we're looking at a 2 to 3 month recovery at least um, after radiation. So, and I would consider coming here for the radiation for the proton therapy that they offer here in San Diego, which is a more targeted. It's actually recommended for like prostate um, cancer, so that they can not scattershot the radiation, but just really target it into a tight beam. So, and I've the last time I actually talked to them about it. So it's the balls are rolling, the research is being done. Still questions outstanding. Is it going to be uh, chemo or radiation? I mean, chemo or immunotherapy. And if it is one or the other, will determine whether or not I start eating pasta. Because I've been staying away from white food as much as I can, and doing a high protein diet. And I don't know, I might actually stop with the high protein because I don't know if that's helping the cancer. Um, because a lot of these immunotherapy drugs are designed to inhibit cancer cells from releasing a protein that makes um, the immune um, system cells that want to attack it keeps them at bay. So if these immunotherapy drugs, they inhibit the secretion by cancer cells of those proteins. So I'm like, where are they getting the friggin' protein? And because I've been craving protein for months now, and if I figured, if I kind of denied them the protein, or limited their protein intake, then that's going to help get rid of the thing. I don't know what else I'm going to eat, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to. You know what I'm saying? You know where it goes from there. So anyway, that's what's up with that. So once again, thanks to everyone that has donated, and we want to try to double the our purse, our take, and hey, if the immunotherapy drug is what I end up doing, then none of the I won't. I'll be able to use whatever money you've donated to just keep myself healthy in the van. I won't need to get a place, but I'll know this in very quickly, very soon now. So possibly before the end of the week. I've put out feelers to the people that should know. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna get off. Um, Email me directly if you have any questions, and check out the GoFundMe and Zelle and all that stuff. The shameless self promotion. The Let's Keep David in the World. Yeah, I looked at the survival rate of this. Yep, it's better than it was. Better than it was. But yeah, trusting in the unfolding, and the universe is unfolding as it should. Remember, we love you.